In my ever complicated growing quest of improving my high fidelity music listening experience, today we take a look at Doppler, an app I came across earlier in March but never got around to using it properly because I continued to use my OnePlus 3T. Things quickly took a turn for the better when Ed, the developer of Doppler, got in touch with me and responded to a few questions I had, and then we got to discuss Doppler in depth and features and stuff like that. So let's talk about Doppler. It's a music player app that supports FLAC files. Ding ding ding! It instantly had my attention, and the beautiful little purple icon, well, you had me. I love purple icons. After helping me out import my music into the app in the earlier builds, the app now supports managing music completely directly on your device. This is largely thanks to the new share extension that comes bundled with the app, which allows you to import music directly from things like Safari or Chrome or any other browser, and even the Files app, and you can just directly import music, and even AirDrop for that matter. So that's really cool, and now you don't need a computer to import and manage your music inside Doppler. The interface is uncomplicated, straightforward, and for a very good reason, quite boring. And if you are new to this channel, you probably don't know where I'm going with this, but the fact that it is uncomplicated and boring, this is what makes the app very interesting to me, because it can get out of my way and do what it needs to do, and in this case, it is playing music. Launching the app gets you to the artist's interface where all your music is sorted by, well, the artist. This is a very classical approach to managing music. Think of it like having a library of records meticulously sorted by artists in alphabetical order. This contrasts most modern interfaces where everything is sorted in chronological order by the time when they were added to the library. Tapping on an artist will reveal all albums by that artist in your library, and then the next interface will list the songs in that album. From here you can do a couple of things, play a particular song, or play the entire album, or just shuffle the order of the tracks in the album and play them randomly. But you already knew that, you're smart. Once you do any of those, you get what I call the now playing bar. This behaves very similarly to Apple's own bar in the music app. Familiar interfaces. I just love those. Once again, nothing new to learn, you're probably already used to it. Everything you'd expect to have in here is here. Most notably, a small little detail, next song, and the up next button, which brings up the list of songs Doppler will play next in order. From here you can shuffle the list up or swipe any song and remove it from the playing list. Very useful. Making playlists in Doppler is really intuitive too. You can swiftly move around to add and remove tracks from a playlist. I'd love to have support for creating custom playlists and dropping them into the app, including the tracks that are in that playlist, and let Doppler automatically figure out which tracks are available and also sort the playlist out. And for any unavailable tracks that are not included in the bundle, it can automatically ignore those from the playlist completely and never show them at all. This way I can migrate existing playlists from my desktop Mac and take them to my iPhone. But I do hear that Doppler for Mac is in the works, so I hope that Air includes this functionality so that sharing playlists becomes a whole lot easier. During the first few minutes of this video, I mentioned that you can now manage your music directly in the app, and apart from only importing your music from various places, you can also edit metadata of the tracks themselves directly in the app, like the title, the album artist, the artist of a particular song, etc. And most notably, you can also change the album cover of the album, and you can import the photo for this, the graphic for this, directly from your camera roll if you already have it, or search the internet. And when you do that, it'll show you a grid of images from which you can pick, and from there you also sometimes come across these fan-made covers which are actually way better than the original ones. So that's a really cool thing you can do in the app. One minor thing you may find yourself doing sometimes in the app is heading over to settings and tapping on the update library button. Most of the times Doppler will do this automatically, but if sometimes you import new music and some of it is not being recognized, well, you can go ahead and do that, and it'll update all the caches internally and make sure your new music comes up and becomes available. Under settings, you can also link your LastFM account if you use that service. I personally do, and the recommendations LastFM gives based on your listening history are pretty cool, and it has never failed me in the last 8 years. So it's a nice thing to have it here, but you don't necessarily have to use it. It's completely optional. But if you do have a LastFM account, I highly recommend that you do set this up. So closing notes about Doppler, a really cool app with a boring interface, which I really like about the app. And a quick note for headphone manufacturers out there. Have none of you all figured out how to make a lightning cable to 3.5mm jack wire, which I can just directly plug into my headphones? Come on, getting a 20-bit DAC in there is not going to be that hard. I mean, I know the cable is going to be expensive, but come on, please, someone do it, because there are people like me who really want this. And that single accessory is going to really make apps like Doppler really useful, and the music is just going to sound a whole lot better. So I really hope someone out there from Audio-Technica, Bose, or these companies are listening to this, Sennheiser for example, and they kind of figure out how to put a 20-bit DAC into a lightning adapter to 3.5mm cable. Would really appreciate it. Well, if you are now interested in checking out the app and buying it on the App Store, I'll leave the affiliate link for it down in the description. While you're there, I'll also leave links to other videos on this similar topic. And since you're down there, you may want to hit the like button if you like this video. And if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. All the information is down there. Go check it out. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers.